Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to touch on a very sensitive topic that directly affects our daily lives, a 7% increase in the public transport fares. So what exactly happened and what can you do as a consumer and potentially as an investor? Stick around as we dive into more details in this video. Okay, so first of all, this 7% increase is part of the LTA's annual review exercise. And this is already more than double from the last year's increase. And if you think about it, this means that adults will pay 10 cents to 11 cents more per trip from 23rd December 2023 onwards. And one big thing to take note is this. This year's 7% increase, this is only a portion of the maximum allowable fare adjustment quantum of 22.6%. This is comprising of the last year's deferred increase of 10.6% and this year's 12%. So overall, right, it is saying that okay, SBS Transit and SMRT they asked for 22.6% increase and PTC only allows 7%. Okay, so when the reporters asked the PTC CEO whether these rollover numbers will mean more fare hikes in the next few years, he replied yes. Okay, so that means this 7% is far from over, and now that we expect the fares to keep increasing in future, right? What can we do? Okay, the first thing you can do is to check whether you should buy an adult monthly pass or concession. Check whether it makes sense or not. And being the Excel geek that I am, I actually went to try out. I went to calculate my transport fares and see whether it can really help to save money, and I think that it is very helpful, especially if you're staying very far away from your workplace. Okay, now let me share screen and show it to you how you can do that. Okay, so for a start, right, you need to have three tabs open. The first one is to check the transit link and check that right now for yourself is a adult pass or any kind of pass. Okay, so for a lot of people, you will be the normal adult concession. So it's retailing at $128 unchanged even when the fare increase. Okay, the second tab is to have the LTA fare calculator. So later on, maybe I'll just do a quick demo here on how you can add the fares and everything. And the third is for you to download. Okay, I will leave this link down below in the description. Okay, you can just open this up and go to file and make a copy so you can change all your numbers according to yourself. Okay, so you can open up this Google Sheet first, and after that just click on the link and then you will direct to this. All right, so let me just show you how you can use these Google Sheets now. Okay, so let's talk about weekdays first. So weekdays, assuming I am living in Choa Chu Kang and I want to travel to Raffles Place to work on a daily basis. Okay, so now no work from home or anything, daily basis. So weekdays will be 22 weekdays. Okay, and right now the fare is like maybe to the office is one bus trip and one MRT trip. The total is $2.05. Okay, and back home the same thing. So total up will be $90.20. In future, after the hike, okay, I will need to add 10 cents to the bus fare. Okay, based on the distance, right? This is below 4 kilometer. So add 10 cents. And then for the MRT, add 11 cents. Okay, so you can see I've added in. It will become $2.26. So to and fro the same. Total $99.44. And comes to weekends. So for example, if you think that for the 4 weekends you'll be going out on each weekend, um, maybe Saturday you go to a nearby shopping mall like me. Maybe I go to the Jurong East, Gem or Westgate. Okay, I calculate. Okay, you will be 156, and then after the hike will be 177. And maybe Sunday, okay, you want to go Orchard to shop, it will be 196 and increase to $2.17. So total, you add these two up and multiply by 4 weekends. So 4 times the two amounts, it will amount to $15.76. Okay, so let's wrap up. Okay, you calculate the total for the whole month is auto calculated. Okay, you can see it's adding the weekdays and the weekends together. Okay, so the total for the whole month after the hike will still be $115. And based on the adult concession of 128, it will be a nair for the adult concession. But assuming, okay, let's assume that maybe you live even further. You go from east to west, all right, or the other way around. Or maybe you travel a lot during the weekend. So say this is $3. Okay, maybe not. Okay, maybe I put here $3. $3. So you can see that it auto populates and then this will change to a yes. That means it makes sense for you to save up and get the adult concession. Okay, so once again, if you want to use this fare calculation, all right, you can come to here, come to the website. Make sure you download a copy first. Go to File, make a copy, and then you come to this link. Okay, you can enter whether you are adult or senior citizen or things like that. All right, then you add, like for example, you add a bus service. Okay, where you going? Just assume. Okay, for example, like this. Okay, you add a bus trip, and then the next one you can add a MRT trip. So for example, I alight at Choa Chu Kang interchange. Now I want to go from Choa Chu Kang interchange to somewhere else. So maybe the east side, Tampines. All right, then you add. So you can see that the fare will increase to $2.23. Okay, and if you want to do a new trip, okay, for example, on the weekends, you just click on this start new query, and you will refresh everything, and then you can do it again. So once you have all the numbers, you can just plug it in and you can know whether you will need the adult concession or not. Okay, hope this will help you out and you can share it with your friends and family for them to know whether it will make sense for them or not. You think that the fare calculation in Google Sheets has been very helpful for you, please help me to like my video and subscribe to my channel for more insights like this. Okay, in return, I will alleviate your hardship with a pinch of financial meme here. The second thing you can do is if you cannot beat the inflation game, you have to join their side. And in this case, it is to invest in SBS Transit and also maybe their parent company, ComfortDelGro. Okay, I actually did one video on ComfortDelGro stock before. You can actually check out on top here. Okay, and for those who don't know about the operations of SBS Transit, the firm owns over 50% market share in Singapore by the bus routes and also the four newer MRT routes, namely the Downtown Line, Northeast Line, and the Punggol Sengkang LRT. However, okay, although Singapore is more or less back to the pre-COVID days, SBS Transit stock price haven't recovered much since it got whacked hard by the pandemic in 2020-2021. Okay, you can actually see here from the chart that the share price is down almost 50% from $4.50 all the way to $2.60 now. So the question is, can SBS Transit share price jump back up again? Let's check out the impact of the fare hike to SBS first. So DBS research fast hand fast leg and they already come out with an update on the fare increase. Alright, so you can check it out over here. Based on what the PTC says, SBS Transit will see an annual revenue increase of 20.9 million and minus off the 15% they need to cater for the needy, it will translate into a net profit jump of 14.7 million for SBS Transit itself, the bottom line already. And assuming the net profit for FY 2023 will remain constant at 68 million, so assuming 2022 to 2023 they will remain constant, right? And take into account that the fare hike will only kickstart in December, which is next year onwards. This $14.7 million increase in the profits, or a 21% year-on-year jump, will take into effect in FY 2024. And I did a quick calculation. I can see that the PE ratio for FY 2024 will now become a 9.8 times. All right. So that is below 10 times for a defensive stock like SBS Transit already. So without further ado, also let's look at the dividend trends for SBS to get a complete picture. Okay, SBS Transit already has a history of paying the dividends to the shareholders. Okay, the dividend amount depicted by the green color bar has plunged in FY 2020 and FY 2021 during the COVID pandemic, after which the dividends have actually rebounded in line with perhaps their dividend policy where they pay 50% of the earnings as dividends. This also will mean that with the 7% fare increase, DBS will earn more than 40 million earnings, and out of which, right, 50% or $7 million will be distributed to the shareholders like you. Okay, so coming back to the calculation again, this means that you will potentially get an attractive 5.1% dividend yield if you purchase SBS shares at $2.61. Okay, in the essence of time, I'm not going to dive too deep into SBS Transit stock and touch on the growth prospects and financial insights, etc. Okay, so instead, I will be covering SBS more inside Patreon. Okay, because I'm considering adding it into our model portfolio together with other REITs and dividend growth stocks as well. If you are keen to find out more about these high quality dividend growth stocks and REITs, do check out the link here, and I also put down the link in the description below. Okay, as always, remember to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to be notified when any of my videos come out. Next up, don't forget to check out this video over here on the 52-week low stocks you should know. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching and bye.